Kendrick, Perkins, Eddie House, Amina Smith here with you. And the Celtics lose the Chicago Bulls on the road, 121-107. And that 9-game win streak snapped tonight against a team that I told you, Eddie, at the beginning of our pregame show. They were desperate to get a win. And you could tell in tonight's matchup just what went wrong for the Celtics out there in Chicago.
I just think they had a lack of energy. They didn't match Chicago's energy. Chicago came out, like you said, the desperate team. And at the top of the show in the pregame, I said, this looks like one of those trap games. You know, you got a team that's desperate, coming in for a game, losing streak. One of their star players gets benched. We've been rocking and rolling. This is the back end, the last game of a road trip. Got Luka coming in on Wednesday. It just reeked of that to me before the game, and then they just didn't have the energy, and they never were able to match the energy. They're late. They got a little energy. They started knocking down shots, but I think they allowed their missed shots to kind of deflate them on both ends of the court, offensively and defensively. And
also, I believe Abby asked Damon Stoudemire, the assistant coach, at halftime, you know, what this Celtics team needed to do going into that second half. And he said simply they need more energy. They need more intensity out there on the court. Perk, why wasn't that there tonight?
I don't know, but Amina, back up from E-House, because he got something that's real contagious going on with him, and that's the jank. He's jinxed them. That's what happened. He manifests these negative thoughts post-pregame, talking about this could be a letdown game and things to that nature, and that's exactly what happened. This wasn't the Celtic team that we've been seeing over the last few weeks, playing inspiring basketball, picking up their defensive tenacity and their defensive energy. Chicago Bulls shot 51% from the field, 48% from the three. The Celtics not going to beat anybody if they give that up on a night-to-night basis. So they did drop their guards down. I'm not going to overreact, but I will say E-House jinxed them. He jinxed them.
No.
He got the jank.
Can you say
he got
this?
the jank. It's contagious.
It ain't it's just knowing. Extradamus. That's what I was tonight. I was extradamus. You know what I'm saying? So it was just knowing and just being a part of it. Perk, you've been on teams like this, and you know how it goes. That back end of that last road trip, you had 2 days off. You in Chicago. Guys looking forward to Thanksgiving is coming up. It was just a whole lot of factors, and I was just. It just was a feeling that I had. I hated to even throw it out there, but, I mean, what can I say? I was right. You know, they came out flat. Their energy wasn't there. They were never able to match their energy. And the second unit for Chicago came in and kind of changed the game. They really played with a lot of energy, a lot of effort. They actually looking like they playing for minutes, you know, and that's really what they did. They just outplayed us tonight, and it's one of them games you could throw it away. You know, we can't win them all. 9, now start a new streak. That's all you got to do now.
And you talk about that intensity and playing desperate. Zach LaVine, we talked about him in the pregame show. He got benched in that fourth quarter when they lost the Orlando match. You could tell tonight that he was playing for some time. He was trying to prove something to Billy Donovan out there on the court. But let's take a look at how the Bulls were able to score all those points on this Celtics team tonight. And Perk, just when you talk about the Celtics defensively, where did they fall short?
Well, it was that discipline again. And discipline is just not fouling. It's playing guys to their strengths and weaknesses and not being lazy, right? So many times, whether it was getting caught off of, backdoor cut and screen and so many drives to the basket. Where's the help right there, right? Not getting back in transition. They're just getting out and running. So when you have those things happen, look, it was no sense of urgency whatsoever. Like, the Celtics were just horrible. Their energy wasn't there. And Chicago did a great job of attacking. You could tell that in their film room, they made an emphasis on attacking the paint. They made an emphasis on playing hard. They made an emphasis on playing together. For Billy Donovan to bench Zach LaVine last game in the fourth quarter, after Zach LaVine got a contract extension, it speaks volumes. And once you're able to hold one of your franchise guys accountable, it's going to trickle down all the way to the last guy on the bench.
Yeah, it really felt like this Celtics defense, it was trending in the right direction these last 2 games. Eddie, what did you see defensively out there from Boston?
It just looked like they all were a tick late. You know, a half count late, a half count slow. If you were supposed to be at the nail or the elbow on a drive, you were running to there while the guy was driving past you. Guys were just getting beat straight line drives. It was countless highlights right there. And it wasn't one guy getting beat. It was multiple guys getting beat and multiple guys guys doing it for Chicago. So it wasn't like DeRozan was the only one killing. They had highlights of everybody getting to the basket and having their way. And that's where somebody could say, oh, well, that's where Rob Williams was missing. But we need to have that initial line of defense to be a little better first. And it was just one of them games. And throw it out, let's start a new streak.
Let's bring in Scal, who's live out there in Chicago. And Scal, obviously you courtside watching this matchup, seeing what happened firsthand out there. What was your biggest takeaway from this matchup?
I think more than anything, the Bulls were a desperate team. They're the ones that needed the win. They're the ones that were talking about, well, should we break this team up? And everyone's on them right now. The Celtics, 9 games in a row. I felt like they just had more of an edge. Defensively, I thought Eddie nailed it. You can't be a step slow in the NBA. A step slow gives Patrick Williams a wide open 3 early, and all of a sudden you got to turn that water off in the third quarter. It's not easy to do. So I give credit to the Bulls. They're the team that had their back against the wall. They're the team that you heard Perk talking about, the desperation of benching Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine delivered, and the rest of the team delivered today.
And we saw Jason Tatum with 28 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists, and good on the stat sheet. A decent night for him, but Scal, why did it take so long for Jason Tatum to really kind of not take over this game, but at least put a little bit of muscle in this game?
So this is just my opinion. I think the coaching staff and Joe Mazzulla, they know more than I do. I just didn't think you could attack the Bulls from the top of the key today. And I think if Jason Tatum would have had more possessions on the wing, he could have got downhill, made that pass out to the corner, extra pass to the wing. When you're attacking from the top, you saw so many times in the replay, they were sending 3 guys, and then they were rotating the guys to the corner. It just wasn't a free-flowing passing game. We didn't shoot the ball well, yet we made 19 threes. So I just felt like today wasn't a great day of where we attacked from. I thought we should have attacked more from the wing. I think Tatum would have benefited from that. Could have even had a bigger monster night if we would have got the ball to the wing and he would have got downhill from there.
Yeah, an uncharacteristic night. Go ahead, Perk.
No, I agree. And with Jason Tatum, when he have his best nights, it go in to out basketball. Like in the first quarter of games, when he's cutting, he's diving to the basket, he's getting those layups, he's getting out in transition, he's getting to the free throw line, and then he starts to kind of drift off into the three-point line area after he gets to all that. That's what makes him. I think that's when it brings out the best of him. Tonight, I thought he started off settling. I thought he started off shooting those 3-point shots. And I thought he got a little comfortable and laid back instead of being that aggressive, having that aggressive mindset.
Yeah, a bit of an uncharacteristic night for this Celtics team that caused them to snap that 9-game win streak. All right, let's take a break here on Celtics Post Game Live. A look at that final score from out in Chicago, 121-107.